Check this maniac out.
Hello guys, the topic of today's video is Tumblr feminists. To spend any time on the net, it would seem we are the worst thing to happen to the world since, well, ever.
Yeah, it's pretty
we
bad.
are a mighty evil force, rising up as a hive mind from the depths of Tumblr, ready to oppress men and make fun of their fedoras. Men...
Alright, what is it with fedoras? Every time I hear a feminist talk... anytime I go on Tumblr, you always see feminists talking about men and their fedoras. What is it with feminists talking about men with fedoras? I've never owned a fedora. I've never seen a man with a fedora. I've never seen an MRA or a MGTOW or anybody wearing a fedora. I don't even get it. Can anyone explain this to me? What is it with your obsession with this shit?
A lot of men hate us. They can't stand us. They believe we must be stopped at all costs. So I asked myself one day, why is that?
Maybe I could help answer that a little bit. The reason why we would want you to be stopped at all costs is because you spread a lot of lies about us. You spread a lot of disinformation, false statistics, overinflated rape statistics, bullshit about wage gaps, and you make yourself sound like complete victims and we're the oppressors. You segregate your problems into gender issues even when they're not gendered issues. For instance, say like a building burns down, 10 people die, 5 men, 5 women. The feminist, especially the hardcore feminist like you would say, oh my God, 5 women have just died, obvious proof of discrimination, while completely ignoring the fact that 5 men have just died too. You see, you turn things into a gendered issue that isn't, and you make it out to be oppression when it isn't.
What's to hate about a group of people on the internet trying to achieve equal human rights for all?
Equal rights for all, is that what you're doing? So take like the suicide rate, which is currently 80% male. You're trying to even that out to 50%. The workplace death rate, which is 93% male, you want to bring that down to 50%? Is that the kind of equality you're talking about? Or the fact that men usually die about 8 years earlier, you want to extend a man's life to the same as a woman's life? Maybe the fact that women get custody of the child 83% of the time, help get men get custody a little bit more often, or maybe help get reproductive rights for men the same way you women got it. Circumcision for men in the West. You know, maybe it would be nice if you talked about male circumcision in the West as often as you talked about female genital mutilation to women in countries that you've never been to, or countries that I can't even pronounce properly. How about paternity fraud and false allegations? Is that the kind of equality that you're talking about? Maybe some federal offices for men's health, the same way that there's women's health offices federally. I mean, what about sentencing disparities? You know, men usually get about 3 to 4 times as much prison time as women do for the same exact crimes. Is that the kind of equality that you're talking about? Well, I didn't think so.
The answer, my friends, is actually pretty simple. It's because so many of these men have never before come across a platform that is not exclusively made for and does not cater only to them.
Actually, it's just the opposite. Until I stumbled across the manosphere, I never once came upon a platform that actually did cater to or only talk strictly about men.
It confuses them, because sometimes the feminism they see on Tumblr is not sexy.
What?
Sometimes the feminism they see on Tumblr is angry, and sometimes, sometimes, the feminism they see on Tumblr is not packaged for their delicate male egos.
Delicate male egos. You know, you hear this a lot from feminists like you, delicate male egos. Which gender really does have the most delicate ego? You know, really, think about it. Which gender is usually the one to do the apologizing? Which one's in the doghouse if they don't suck it up and apologize? Which gender does the majority of the rejecting? Which one does the majority of getting rejected? Think about it.
Because on Tumblr, there are some man-hating lesbians.
No shit.
It's the lib-fem nightmare.
Yep.
Let's be honest, a lot of people, mostly but not exclusively men, can't even handle mainstream feminism.
Because it's bullshit.
Feminism in its most sexy, mild, and
Hold up. There's nothing sexy about feminism. Nothing.
Rangy patriarchal form. They can't do it. Not even when this particular brand of fun feminism means
nothing fun about it.
Take any responsibility for the state of society or for their own actions.
Real ironic hearing a feminist talking about not taking responsibility or accountability for their actions. Just saying.
Sexy mainstream feminism literally makes it possible for a man to do nothing to alter his actions and yet claim he is a hero of women's rights.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Absolutely no effort required. But apparently it's still too much. So it's no wonder they can't handle real women from across the globe telling the complete and utter truth without sugarcoating it.
Complete and utter lies. Get it right.
For example, on Tumblr we have women of colour sharing their unique experience of sexism and racism rolled into one. On Tumblr we have queer feminists, of which I am one, hello, who don't always fancy being sexy for men and suffer homophobia and sexism on a daily basis. Here on Tumblr we have fat feminists, who scare misogynists because they break the mould of what the patriarchy says a woman should look like. We have trans feminists, who often cannot even speak up in the real world because it's still so dangerous out there for them to even exist. We have mentally ill feminists.
Oh, you got no argument from me on that one. I definitely agree with you there. Go on.
We have disabled feminists, feminists that are young, feminists that are old, and feminists that don't take any shit. When someone tells you they hate Tumblr feminists,
here we
I
go.
want you to bear something
Here
in mind.
we go.
What they are really saying is that they hate women.
Oh boy. So basically, if we don't subscribe to her ideology, that means we hate women. Well, you know, by that logic, I could just as easily say that if you don't subscribe to my beliefs on, you know, things regarding male rights or gender inequalities regarding men, that means you hate men. See, that works just as good in reverse.
They hate women with opinions who are honest and angry. They hate women who are not straight, who are not white, who are not cis, who are not able-bodied, and
lies,
who do not want
lies,
to make
lies.
for them. They hate women that band together and support each other. They hate women that get things done without the aid of men. They hate women. And they're really, really scared of the tables turning.
Scared of the tables turning. You know, she makes it sound like men have been living the lap of luxury for the last forever. We've been basking in the glory and the sunlight while women have been chained up inside the house doing slave work. And now we're noticing that these Tumblr feminists are finally discovering the truth. And they're discovering what we've been doing all this time. Oh my God, we got to stop them from finding out about that.
Because they know they couldn't hack it if we started doing to them what they've been doing to us.
What exactly have we been doing to you? You know, buying you dinner, supporting a family for you, supporting your lavish lifestyle? What have we done to you that was so bad?
So the next time someone calls you a Tumblr feminist in an attempt to undermine what you have to say about the current state of your own human rights, tell them to fuck off. This has been Claudia Berlin.
Tell them to fuck off. Yeah, right back at you.
A proud Tumblr feminist. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Yeah, and I'm Jonesy, a proud anti-feminist. Goodbye.